the people of the east in this scripture is classified as Syrians, but you had Hebrews living there amongst the land of Padam Aram, which was classified as the sons of the east. They were Syrians, or Hebrews living among Syrians. Read.
And take
not Edomites. Read.
And take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban,
read.
Thy mother's brother.
Right, drop down to verse 5. Read.
Verse 5. And Isaac sent away Jacob.
So Isaac sent away Jacob. Read.
And he went to Padam Haram,
which is a land of Syria today. Read.
Unto Laban, son of Bethuel, the Syrian.
The who?
The Syrian.
The son of Bethuel, the Syrian. You understand that? Because there were Hebrews that was living in that land region. Read.
The brother of Rebekah.
The brother of Rebekah. Read.
Jacob's and Esau's mother.
Right. So it was so he went into Laban, the son of Bethuel, the Syrian. Okay. The brother of Rebekah, Jacob and Esau's mother. So the people of the east were known as Syrians, Padan Aram, according to the scriptures, okay, or Ban Qadam. They were part of the children of the east, the sons of the east, or the people of the east. Read Genesis chapter 29, verse 1.
Then Jacob went on his journey and came into the land of the people of the east.
Read.
And he looked, and behold, a well in the field.
So that's it on that. So the people of the east was referring to the Hebrews amongst the Syrians. You understand? Or the Syrians in general. They were known as the people of the east according to the scriptures. Now let's get Laban. Okay, get me Genesis chapter 24, verse 15. Let's get out his nationality.
Genesis chapter 24, verse 15.
Read.
And it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Malchah.
Right, the son of Malchah. Read.
The wife of Nahor.
Read.
Abraham's brother.
So now we get the understanding. Okay, Bethuel, when you get the understanding, the son of Micah, Bethuel was a Hebrew. Okay, he was a Hebrew man, but when you check it out, Micah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, because Nahor was Abraham's brother. Okay, according to the scripture. Okay, and Bethuel was a son of Milcah. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, Milcah was a Syrian. Okay, she was like one of Abraham's concubines. All right, and it said, which we're going to further prove on later on the show. And it says Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother. So Bethuel, okay, when you get to understanding, was one of the descendants of Nahor. All right, and he was Abraham's, basically would be like Abraham's nephew or something to that effect. And it says, read it again, Genesis 24:15.
And it came to pass before he had done speaking,
read,
that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Malchah.
Read.
The wife of Nahor.
Right, so Malchah was a Syrian. She was a Syrian woman. We're going to prove that later on. Read.
Abraham's brother with her pitcher upon her shoulder, and the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin.
Right, so hold that. Give me Genesis chapter, matter of fact, drop down to verse 29.
Verse 29. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban.
Right, so that was basically, Rebekah's brother, according to the scripture. Read.
And Laban ran out unto the man, unto the well, and it came to pass when he saw.
So that's it on that. So basically, the bottom line, Bethuel was a Hebrew through Abraham's brother Nahor. Okay, because Abraham's brother Nahor married a Syrian woman by the name of Milcah. So although the scripture speaks about the Syrian, really, Salakia, it was Abraham who was in that land region, his brother, that dealt with a Syrian woman by the name of Milcah. Hold that. Give me Genesis chapter 11, verse 29. Let's further prove that. Genesis chapter 11, I believe it's verse 29.
Genesis 11 and 29.
Read.
And Abraham and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abraham's wife was Sarah.
Read. Sarah. Read.
And the name of Nahor's wife, Malchah.
Read.
The daughter of Haran, the father of Malchah, and the father of Isaac.
Right. So this is basically the woman that Abraham's brother dealt with, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. So basically, these are all the people in the land regions of the east, the people of the east. Right around the Ur of the Chaldeans, Mesopotamian area. They were all known as either Syrians or Hebrews living amongst the Syrians. We get to understand the scriptures. And that's where Jacob went when it says he went to the people of the east according to the scripture. Okay, now I'm going to show you an image in the book here before we go into the land of Uz real quick. I'm going to go to this image right here. Okay, let's see if I have it. Okay, let me see right here to give forth the better understanding, okay, of where Syria is today. Okay, no, Salah, it's in this book, the same book I pulled out with the Moab and Ammon video. Okay, concerning where Syria is today. Okay, right. I don't know if you can basically see well, but Syria is basically right here. Okay, right around this region is Syria. Okay, that's Syria. All right, and this is like Israel. Okay, and then you go up to Palestine and northern Palestine, and Syria will be basically right here. Okay, and the fertile crescent, see the Great Sea in the Mediterranean? Remember the Babylonian kingdom? That was considered to be the fertile crescent, because it's like a crescent, but it's real fertile and fruitful between the Mediterranean. Well, Syria was right there, okay, by the Mediterranean Sea, northern Israel. So this is the land region where Jacob went, okay, which is the Middle East, okay, because a lot of people classify Israel. Technically speaking, Israel is not in the Middle East, okay. Technically speaking, the scholars have pointed out that Israel is like Southwest Asia, okay, around south of the Asia Minor region, okay, and the Middle East is actually above Israel, okay. That's why a lot of times we get the understanding the Babylonians was always referred to as the people from the north when they came into invading the land of Israel, because actually, technically speaking, the Babylonian kingdom was like north of Israel. Israel was underneath of it, okay, and in between the Mediterranean and the Persian Gulf or the Eastern Sea, okay, was the Babylonian Empire, that crescent. That's the empire that they had, like the rainbow or the crescent. Israel was like south of that, okay. So basically, this land region of the people of the East we're talking about basically is the Middle East, okay, or where Hebrews were living amongst the Syrians in the land of Syria, according to the scripture. Now, let's go into the land of Uz. Read Job chapter 1, verse 1. We're going to go back to the people of the East, though. Read Job chapter 1, verse 1, brother.
There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job.
Right, so now, there was a man in the land of Uz named Job. Okay, read.
And that man was perfect and upright.
Read.
And one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil.
Right, so this is a scripture about Job, and this is why certain men are teaching that he's an Israelite, because he already got on the doctrine of him being an Edomite, which we're going to still continue to cut that. But now let's get on you men who's teaching he was an Israelite. All right, because we already finished. We're not finished yet, but strike one against y'all men teaching he was an Edomite, because the people of the East were not Edomites. You understand? And when you get to understand, we're going to go more into Uz, because we know that Esau had a son named Uz, but we're going to go more into that. But the people of the East, the Bun Qadam that Job came from, was referring to that Syrian region. All right, and Edomites, okay, was not there at that time. Now, when we read the book of Job, it speaks about Job being a man in the land of Uz. Okay, so now we want to find out where that land of Uz was. Now, a lot of you men are teaching that he was an Israelite because it said he was perfect and upright and he feared God. So that will cut you, that will cut y'all men who teaching that Cornelius was an Israelite, because now we're about to bring out he was a heathen that can fear the Most High, who was perfect and upright. You know what I'm saying? So the men are going, oh, he was an Israelite. Okay, so if he was an Israelite, from what tribe? You men already made a video of him being an Issacharite and got cut and shut down with that. Okay, so what tribe was he from? During the time that Job, okay, was even in existence, Israelites was in captivity in the land of Egypt. Okay, this was about I think the time region was about 1500 BC, if I'm not understanding. Okay, this was about 1500 BC when Job, okay, in this book of Job, what all these actions were going down. Salah, excuse me. Okay, all these actions of Job was going down. It was approximately 15 to 1400 BC. Okay, because Moses was about 1,000 years before David. Okay, and we served Egypt. We served in Egypt for about 400 years. So yeah, 400 plus 1,000, about 1400, 1500 BC. All right, and we was in the land of Goshen at that time in Egypt. In Egypt, we was in the land of Goshen in the time that Job was about. So how can Job be an Israelite? Okay, for you men, what tribe he came from? Where is that in the scriptures? Where are the scriptures to show that he was an Israelite? But see, that would cut your Cornelius doctrine. For you men that try to say that Cornelius was an Israelite because he feared the God. The heathens can't fear the God. Well, we have it right here, and we're going to prove that Job was not an Israelite. Okay, which is going to also cut that Job was not an Edomite thing neither. Okay, Job was of the people of the East. The people of the East, you understand, they were Hebrews that were living amongst in the land of Syria. But just because you was a Hebrew does not make you an Israelite. Now, man, got to be careful.